days have been some of the hardest I've ever had to endeavor, you know, based on how I became so clever in the last few months. I got a thing for working hard. I've been doing it too much. Let me tell you a secret, my friends. Get you a notebook and some ballpoint pens. Get to writing plans down and watch how you win. But after writing things down, you got to put in major work. And when you start to put in work, you're going to see why that shit worked. And when it's time for the pleasure, I'm going to put the rollie on, because when I was making plans, y'all was catching Pokemon. And I can't lie, dog, I probably played too, but that's when I was 13. That's what I'm supposed to do. 10 years later, you got a whole family of bullshit jobs steady trying to catch them all. Nigga, please, you do a whole lot of talking and barking. I do a whole lot of producing. Never again will I show my love life, so y'all won't know who I'm seducing. This is confidence at its finest, leadership in pure form. Never born but reborn, that's crazy. I'm not working hard, man, y'all just lazy. That's facts. They say, Brandon, I like the way you move. I like the way you spread love. You a different dude. But the fact is, I'm the same as you. All this stuff I'm doing now last year was just a dream. And now I ain't big yet, by any means, but it's deeper than I can see. Don't look at me, my nigga. Look at how I'm moving. If it's a wall, I'll move it. You don't believe me, bro? Try me, I'll prove it. I power down just to power up. Money cars gotta sober up. Real niggas know what's up. You trying to throw a bomb, but I'm prime time. Deion Sanders. I'm the type of dude that painted a picture with no canvas, but you stuck on stupid, worried about screaming this YOLO over everything. Don't be a bum, brother. Get something done. Being unproductive is not a sport. They told us basketball or the judge. Pick a court. I'm done talking, and you should be done wasting time. I'm just here to tell you that you bullshitting if you ain't know so. Probably because you still screaming YOLO.
What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Daily Mirrors, the guy you've been seeing grind on a non-stop daily basis, bringing different things for the environment, different things to the community, still mentoring, still writing my music, still writing my poetry, doing everything that I want to do, because that's what life is about. What I'm bringing today is, and I'll say what we're bringing today, because it's not about one person. What we're bringing today is an interview full of up-and-coming entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, and they're just going to give you some insight on why they decided to become an entrepreneur and what it feels like to be one. I hope you enjoy. So this next question is real interesting. I talked about this question the other day on my Daily Mirrors page. How do you guys, I want you guys to talk to somebody that could be watching this. How do you guys manage fear? Like, how do you catch fear, look it in the eyes, and overcome it?
Okay, how do you manage it? When it comes to fear, I think you shouldn't overthink it. Just a personal story. Like when I was a kid, I was afraid of one thing, and that was the dark. And the reason I was afraid of the dark, when I grew up and kind of found out, is because the dark is the unknown, you know. So you're basically scared of nothing. You're scared of you don't know what's there. So to manage that, you just gotta kind of like I guess confront it. Because the more I would be afraid of the dark as a child, I would sit up at night and just stare into the dark. And eventually, and this is scientific, your pupils adjust to the darkness, and then you can begin to see a little bit. And you would see that there's nothing there. So what are you afraid of? So to manage it, I guess, to go ahead with this analogy, you just got to stare fear in the face and deal with it. There's really no way to manage it. You just got to overcome it.
He giving y'all scientific facts. I'm not just talking the scientific. The scientific. I ain't just talking.
So for me, I'm going to give you the Army part about it. I'm from the military.
They're a veteran, y'all.
U.S. veteran.
Fear is for the weak. Don't be scared of nothing, just attack it like you said. But fear is for the weak, just go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like, if you want to do it, what you scared of, like,
So, what was your most satisfying moment with your, I know how long has it been right now? It's been, what, a couple of months?
Yeah.
What was the most satisfying moment? I know you just got invited to it.
So I think definitely the most satisfying moment has just happened. I took a break off just because life has been crazy for me right now, but yesterday or Thursday, I got invited to be a vendor for the breast cancer walk. So for me, that's huge because not only am I promoting my business, but I'm doing something for the community as well, and that's all that's important is your community.
So this is very, very, very interesting to me. Like, in my opinion, I believe that we can do anything that we want to do. I mean, I know you know that I have my mirrors. You have your Hey Baby Cakes. We had the Lions Den here. So it's all different types of people doing the same thing. Would you say that you had to have, and the question can be rhetorical, but I want you to answer it. Would you say that, what's the mentality you'd have to have in order to start something that wasn't there before you started it, and you're the one that started it and put it on your back to make sure it happens. What would you say that? Can you describe the type of mentality that type of person has to have?
I think there's a couple of characteristics that you have to have. You have to be a dreamer. You have to be able to be fearless, because there's a lot of things that play into part into starting your own business or even doing something. You could be scared how somebody's going to react to it or if it's even going to kick off. And you just have to just go for it.
And is it? So, I think I know the answer. What motivates you?
My twins.
I knew
My son and my daughter, yeah.
Yeah, I knew. Well, both of your lifestyles is entrepreneurship, really, because a barber is an entrepreneur, and then your brand is entrepreneurship type style. So, what's the difference with you? Why didn't you decide to go and find a job? Why did you decide to go and find that entrepreneurship where you can chase whatever it is that you're trying to chase?
Well, one of the most common answers I would go with is that we don't really want nobody over us, no boss telling us what to do. So, me even being a barber, I make my own schedule. I, build that business on my own without anybody over me. So that's one of the reasons I stuck with it the most, is that I don't have to work for nobody, and I can do this off of myself. Well, not for myself, but by myself for others. And then with Deeply Rooted, it's the same sense, though. I'm creating another source of income that's just not going to benefit me, but it's going to benefit everybody else. And I don't have to have nobody telling me how to run it, how to do it, and what to do. So the best thing about it is just, being our own boss. It's tougher. Yeah. It is tougher, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
I like that. I like what you say when you say convert your pain into passion. How would you say? Could you like explain that right now for some people that may be having some pains? How do they turn that into passion?
Basically, this was the whole thought of this brand, and starting this movement was basically from the age of 9. When I was 9 years old, I went through a tragedy. I lost my sister, who was at the age of 5 at the time, to a hit and run car accident. And during that time, with that being like the toughest thing I had to deal with in my life, I just was going through a lot of failures. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went through not going to school for like 2 months. And, thank God I had the support of my family that was there, just not pushing me, trying to, get me to do things, but really having to understand for what I was going through. But basically, I chose that time to make that into something I can use to fuel my energy, to fuel me to do better in life, and it was from then I just made the decision to, choose greatness and not failure.
Definitely.
So, for anybody out there that's been going through things, or that's going through something, has been going through something in the past, I just want to inspire you to use your pain to, push you forward, to make you passionate about whatever it is you want to do.
What sparked a fire in you to even think about creating your own brand?
It was really just, in that time I was in a sense of where I was becoming into my own as a person, and I just had that youthful spirit. With that came a lot of creativity, and I started noticing, when I walk in the stores, not being, this is me being modest, but not being arrogant or anything, I really didn't know why I was buying some of those stuff. I felt like I could create something more dope than what the retailers was giving me,
Makes sense.
So I just really went with that, and
So what is cream? Like, what?
Everybody wants to know, I really, I wanted everyone to feel invited, religion, creed, race, origin, whatever. I just wanted everyone to feel invited. I wanted to build that community when I started my brand, and that's what helped me. That's what helped us. Everyone always asks me, how did you start your brand? What did you do? Yeah. I'm like, I came to school. I wasn't an athlete. I wasn't in a frat. I wasn't none of that. I just treated people well, and eventually they felt welcomed. And when you have that becomes a community.
Yeah.